Is it me, or does everything feel like it's about to implode? We're watching the industry shift in a way that I knew was coming, but now that we're here, it's starting to be a shit show. Xbox is rumored to be laying off beloved studios like Undead Labs, which would potentially cancel State of Decay 3, Arcane, which would subsequently cancel the Blade title. No love for Blade, I guess. Plus, the confirmation that Ninja Theory, Double Fine, as well as Compulsion will be shut down unless they can find a buyer. Yes, that same Ninja Theory that showed off a game during the Xbox showcase about a month ago. That was fake. They were looking for investors because they knew the studio was going to shut down anyway. The same with State of Decay and Undead Labs. That was fake. Microsoft has a tendency to show fake games at their showcases in hopes that they could get investments or see player interest. It's fucking weird. Xbox is essentially cleaning house and restructuring their entire studio model. They're essentially trimming the fat and getting rid of the bloat in the AAA space. And honestly, there's still so much more to come. Industry analysts are saying that on July 6th, we're about to see the single biggest layoff in gaming's history. And the elephant in the room is that it's not even close to enough to keep these companies sustained long term. Ubisoft is in a similar bloat boat of sorts, but we just haven't seen them commit to actually cutting the fat. 16 or 17,000 employees when you're outputting, a game a year, if that, it's just unsustainable. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here celebrating or advocating for the release of so many talented developers. It's actually quite the opposite. I'm pissed off that massive corporations didn't see this coming a long time ago. The COVID bubble has popped. Things are starting to settle out from that, but we also have this impending tidal wave, which is AI infiltrating itself into the game development cycle. And don't get me wrong, that's coming, and it's coming very, very hard, very, very fast.
Title by sex tape.
The truth of the matter is when you look at what Xbox said during their statement a few weeks ago, they basically said they need to deliver games faster and they need to deliver games cheaper. Well, how do you do that in today's day and age with marketing and development budgets blown way out to wazoo? You start utilizing AI into your workflows. And trust me, we're going to see that shift happen very, very quickly as pressure gets put on these studios from these massive corporations and shareholders. And the thing is I've been talking a lot about Xbox over the past couple of minutes, but we haven't even talked about Sony. Sony just announced this morning that in 2028, they are getting rid of discs completely and they are going towards an all-digital future. Now, I'm a PC player. I use Steam, I use, GOG or GMG. I've been digital only in terms of my gaming experiences for quite a few years now, but I liked that the option was still there for players who really liked digital media and wanting to show off their games on a shelf and actually have the physical discs and, actually have a bit of ownership over the stuff that you purchase, God forbid. And this is on the heels, literally June 26th, Kotaku put an article out saying that PlayStation is deleting 551 movies from customers' accounts, reminding us nothing digital is ever truly ours. That's right, movies that people fucking paid for are being removed from their account, and now, a few days later, we're going digital only all in. Go fuck yourselves. I made a video a few days ago talking about Rockstar and the release of Grand Theft Auto 6 and how they're charging $80 for the base edition and then $100 for, in my opinion, the real edition of the game. And if you guys can believe it, Take-Two's stock had dipped overnight after the announcement of those prices because shareholders were really hoping that they would raise the standard price across the industry to $100. Rockstar announced an $80 edition of the game, $10 more expensive than most other games on the market, and they still lost money. Now, I think the stock has recovered now because of the amount of pre-orders, but that's a fucking insane figure to see happen in real time. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're hitting the end game where I look back at the last 20 years where we had a chance to stop it and nip it in the bud with things like the horse armor and the cosmetics and the expansion packs, which then led to season passes and battle passes and microtransactions, which then led to live service. And now the industry has ballooned to an unsustainable position, and we are getting more games than ever before, and things are still fucked. Now, if you're somebody who literally just plays games and you don't give a shit about the politics or the industry or anything going on around these discussions, you're sitting pretty, dude. The games that are coming out this year are insane. Even the updates that are happening to some of our most beloved FPSs that we've been covering on this channel, this year is insane for games. Resident Evil Requiem, Grand Theft Auto, War Dogs is dropping in the summer, plus we have updates to a bunch of different games. Battlefield 6 Season 4 is right around the corner. There's so much to play as the industry burns itself down from the inside out. And if I can be really honest with you guys, I'm usually somebody who covers the burning from the inside out. We talk about the bullshit that goes on in the industry, but recently, I've just been playing games. I've been playing Rainbow Six with the boys. That's been really fun. I've been playing this new indie game called Roamstead, which is like Stardew Valley meets Terraria meets like a civilization sim. It's actually a really solid game. I've been on my own little island just doing my own thing. I've also been working on obviously our second project at Resurgent, and I come bearing this news that I feel like an industry reset is really about to happen, and I just don't care. After so many years of watching everything slip and just keep going the way that it's going, I just don't care. If another studio closes, it sounds so heartless. I don't give a fuck. And 10 years ago, I would have cared because it was about the health of the industry and what that means. You know, if Arcane closes, what does that mean for the future? If Xbox reshifts, what does that mean? There's no point in worrying about it anymore because what's going to happen is going to happen. I personally think that a restructure and what you would say like a reset of the gaming industry is what actually needs to happen. There's going to be a lot of developers that are out on their asses. And if you're a developer that watches this and maybe you're working at one of these, you know, AA or AAA companies, you need to start being prepared because I think the restructuring is about to just absolutely fuck so many people's livelihoods. And here's what I'll say. We've seen so many people leave the AAA industry and leave that space and go on to form their own studios and create games and experiences that gamers are actually clamoring for. We saw it with Expedition 33. We see it with Embark and Arc Raiders and the finals. These studios are built off of the people who had enough of the bullshit machine and they went on to create something better. And so for me, I'm not even worried about it. It's kind of just like you're looking at the tidal wave coming across the beach and you just throw your hands up. You're like, let it happen. Fuck it. Burn it all down. There's no saving this. There's no way to pivot out of this. We are at a point where studios and corporations are so massive that they actually can't get anything done. And that's where Ubisoft has been at. That's where Microsoft has been at. The industry, as we know it, is approaching a very pivotal moment, a crossroads of sorts, where things need to change. And we as consumers shouldn't have any faith that they're going to change for the betterment of our experiences. And so where I'm at is watching this industry shift in ways I don't fucking like. We're focusing on our own projects. I'm playing games that I'm having fun with my friends with. And I gotta say, the industry analysis side of this channel is starting to just be tiresome. I'm exhausted watching this industry constantly shit on itself. While at the same time, I can't even say that the games we're getting are bad. It's just so weird. 10 years ago, we were getting terrible fucking games, terrible monetization practices, but the studios were thriving. And now it's like the exact opposite. We've had a renaissance. If you're a consumer, you have so many options. There's so many games to look forward to this year. If you're somebody who actually cares about the industry, man, is it fucking bleak out here. To put things into perspective, to wrap up this video, this was the year I started this YouTube channel.
When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail. sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
Notice the crowd cheering in that clip. Yeah, that doesn't happen much anymore, does it, Sony? For fuck's sakes.